The Backstretchers! You are on the Backstretch, presented by Gans Race Cars and Parts. Tune in for your local racetrack results and series results from the Mid-East Racing Association, the Blue Ridge Outlaws, and the Steel Block Bandits on Monday nights. It's showtime! Welcome to a Wednesday night edition of On the Backstretch. Sorry for all the trouble we had on Monday. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to try it here at the house and see if it does any better. Hopefully we get some people in here in just a few minutes. I'm going to give some time for everything to refresh. Yes, we are live. There we go. I can see it on the camera there on Facebook. So anybody who wants to get in, more than welcome to get in here. We're going to try to redo the show for Monday night from the house, see if the internet's a little better, if that's what the problem is. But before we get too far ahead, I am going to thank some sponsors real quick before I do the results from this past weekend. Like I said, I got a lot of results to go through. But here are our great sponsors. On the Backstretch is presented to you by these great sponsors. Gans Race Cars and Parts. Go check out Philip and Cambridge Gann for all your race car parts and fabrication needs, located on K School Road in Medan, North Carolina. Go check out Gans Race Cars and Parts. NRS Race Score, and for all your transponder and scoring needs, the official score of the Mid-East Racing Association. Go check them out on Facebook at NRS Race Scoring. Too Fast for You Embroidery. That is Tanja Gann, in-house at Gann's Race Cars and Parts. Need them hats done, shirts, sweatshirts, monograms? Go check out Tanja Gann at Too Fast for You Embroidery. She'll take care of all your embroidery needs. Located on K School Road in Gann's Race Cars and Parts. Vinyl adds horsepower at Randy's Custom Lettering, located in Wannaco, North Carolina. Go check out Randy and Chris for all your vinyl signage and decal needs. You can check them out on Facebook at Randy's Custom Lettering or give them a call at 336-591-9301. Special thanks to Travis Covey with TC Construction. The driver of the Goliath chassis, TC Construction, Penske Racing Shocks, number 05 machine, along with the teammate and sponsor of the Gans Race Cars and Parts, Airport Drive-In, TC Construction, Penske Racing Shocks, number 45, the Maverick Cambridge Gann. The dynamic duo make up the Maverick Goose team that will bring back the love and feeling in 2025. So go check them out at a racetrack near you running the 602, a modified division. The T-shirt guru of Travis Lawson with Stokes Apparel. If your race team, ball team, business is looking for apparel, go check out Travis Lawson at Stokes Apparel. You can find him on Facebook at Stokes Apparel or online at www.stokesapparel.com. Special thanks to Jason and Brittany Walls with the Mid-East Racing Association. Your home for your True Lion Federal Credit Union Mid-East Street Stocks. The Sheets Mid-East Modified Tour, your Rick Hendrick City Chevrolet Mid-East 602 late models, and in its debut season, the Pro Fabrication Headers and Exhaust Mid-East 525 late models. For all your rules and schedules, go check out racemideast.com. Need trash hauled? Call Capital Waste. Their team is ready to help you determine the right product for your needs, offering roll-off dumpster rentals and also portable toilet rentals in two convenient locations, one at 1668 Park Drive in Mount Airy, North Carolina, the other at 730 Oak Ridge Farms Highway in Mooresville, North Carolina. Give them a call today at 336-568-8009 or check them out at capitalwastetrash.com. And thanks to all our great sponsors for helping us do the show. Like I said, hopefully everything goes a whole lot smoother tonight from the house. We're going to get started with Friday night action at Princeton Speedway. Why in the world is Princeton showing up already? It's doing some crazy stuff still, but we're going to do Princeton Motor Speedway. Results. We're going to start off with the Outlaw Streets. Picked up the win in that 25 machine was Jesse Reynes. Second going to the 87 of Jeff Crawford. The third position going to the 6M of Freddie Mooney. Fourth going to the 37L of Lane Lowe. And round out your top five was the 22 of Adam Cooper. Next up was mini stocks at Princeton Motor Speedway. In the 77 machine of Michael Bolin picking up the win. Second going to the 55 of Kevin Davidson. Third going to the 7 machine of Michael Christian. Fourth going to the 69 of Billy Klein. And rounding out your top five was the 44 machine of John Brose Jr. Then we're going to roll into street stocks. Picking up the win in street stocks was the 3 machine of Tyler Meadows, followed by the 6M of Freddie Mooney, finishing second. Third going to the 23R of Ronald Rhodes. Fourth going to the 47 machine of George Pierce. Then we're going to roll into 602 modified action at Princeton, and it was the 1 machine of Aaron Barley picking up the win. Finishing second was the 103 of Mason Collin. Third going to the 3 machine of Kenny Meadows. The 16 of Sammy Mitchum finishing fourth. And round out your top five was the 21 machine of Ricky Lilly. 604 action at Princeton Motor Speedway on Friday night. Henry Hornsby III in that 39 machine picking up the win. Second going to the 99 of Patrick Solari. Stephen Atkins Jr. in the 18 machine was third. Fourth going to the 75 of Jacob Rutker. Fifth going to the 84B machine of Jeff Maxwell. Sixth going to the 19P of Matthew Porter. Seventh going to the 8 of Robert Roberts. Eighth going to Kenny Rucker in the K54 machine. Ninth to the 4 machine of Doug Penny. And rounding out your top 10 was the 18-0 of TJ Salengo. Up next was the mini wedges, picking up the win in mini wedges. The 15 machine of Cody Duncan. Couldn't find a picture of the U-Car winner, but they were showing that the D2 of Daniel Tate picking up the win. The 27 of Paul Walters finishing second. Third going to the 88 machine of Hunter Mounts. The D2 of Danny Tate was fourth, and rounding out your top five was the 89 machine of Matthew Taylor. Also had an enduro race at Princeton, and Joe Sampson, that 17 machine, picking up that win. Then we're going to roll into Carolina Speedway, the action track. Bubbajet Craig on the mic Friday night at Carolina Speedway. We're going to start off with the Thunder Bomber main event. And it was a 316 machine of Isaac Thomas picking up the win, followed by the 5 car of Corey Lucas finishing second. Third going to the 75 EC of James Carpenter. Fourth going to the 51 of Justin Beck. The 40 machine of Todd Bolin finishing fifth. Sixth going to the 7 machine of Brian Mullis. The 81 of Kyle Jarrell finishing seventh. Eighth going to the 13 of Wildcat Willie. And rounding out the 9 car field was the 212 of Drew Banks. Up next at Carolina Speedway was going to be the Renegade Sportsman main event. The D1 of David Lucas picking up the win. Second going to the 00J of Jackson Thomason. Christian Patterson in the 24 machine finishing third. Fourth going to the 96T of Tony Pinnell. Fifth going to the 40B of TJ Bolin. Sixth to 28 of Tim Edison. Seventh going to the V8 of Billy Milstead. Tommy Ham in the 44 machine finishing eighth. Ninth going to the 27E of Luke Edison, and round out your top 10 was a 16B of Andrew Baker. Up next was your street stock main event, and it was a 22S machine of Shannon Adams picking up the win. Last week's feature winner, the 83 of Caleb McLaughlin, finishing second. Batman Billy Thompson in that 88 machine finishing third. Randy Benfield in the 6 machine finishing fourth. Fifth going to the 33 machine of Dale McKenzie. The 11L of Paul Irby finishing sixth. And round out the 7-car field was the 14B of Matt Brooks. Crown Vic main event. It was a 2-1-2 of Jamie Majors picking up the win. The 3-car of Justin Truitt finishing second. Third, the R2 of Drew Banks. Fourth, going to the 822 machine of Bud Clary. The M1 of Justin Murray was fifth. Sixth, going to the 32 of James Hilton. Michael Reese in the 15 machine finishing seventh. Eighth, going to the 8 machine of James Baldwin. Ninth, going to the 22X of Barry Burke. And round out your top 10 was the 87 machine of Todd Bales. Then we roll into the Pro 4 main event at Carolina Speedway, and it was none other than the GOAT, Dylan Warden, in that 2W machine picking up the win. Finishing second was the 44R machine of Clayton Ross. The 121 of Jacob Kinder was third. Fourth, going to the 50 of Everett Dunlap. Fifth, the 7 machine of Patrick Annas. Sixth, going to 97 of Eric Oliphant. Seventh, going to the 88B of AJ Baker. The 29H of Bobby Holden was eighth. Ninth, going to the 44 of Janet Ham. And round out your top 10 was Cody Barber. And then pending protest on the open wheel modified division, but pending the protest, your race winner was the 30 machine of Josh Roletter. I think they're doing teardown tonight on that motor. Second, going to the 52 machine of Chris Stowe. Third, the 69 of Harley Stanley. The 42X of Mike Sieg was fourth. 18 of Jordan Fetker was fifth. And around that, your top 6 is the 18S of Ray Suman. And that will take care of all your results from Carolina Speedway on Friday night. Up next is going to be Natural Bridge Speedway doing a double header. They had divisions run on Friday and Saturday. Friday night they had 602 late models, and they're still limited late models, steel head late models, steel block. Not sure exactly what the rule package is up there, but we'll get into Natural Bridge Speedway Friday night. Of course, 602 crates, late models, open practice, and open practice for the American All-Stars. Picking up the win was Wyatt Coffey in that 2 machine out of Waynesboro, Virginia. Finishing second was Bryce Smith in that 4 machine. John Jennings finishing third in the 65 machine. Ryan LaRue in the 20 machine was fourth. Fifth, going to Devin Baher in the 21 machine. Sixth, Tim Stallnacker in the 11 machine. Stephen Harrison in the 10H finishing seventh. Eighth, going to the Cowboy of Michael Ayers. Ninth, going to Samuel Hamilton in the 22 machine. And rounding out your top 10 was Roger Rohrenbach Jr. in the 7 machine. The golden boy of Joe Moss made his way to Natural Bridge in that 25 machine, getting him a 11th place finish. The Goose, Travis Covey, finishing 12th. Ronnie Covey in it, finishing 14th. Cambridge Gann, I think, got into a little mishap early on and ended up 22nd. And Dale Durham was in the Matt Duggan's ride. He got in a wreck early on and ended up 20th on the scoreboard. Then coming up next, limited late models from Rockbridge, Bath, Virginia. Tyler Barrow sporting that 00 machine, picking up the win. Second, going to the 2W, Justin Williams. David Watts in the 6W was third. Fourth going to Brayson Fulton in the 6F machine. Jack Brown in the 26 machine finishing fifth. Sixth going to Joe Lavelle in the 8 machine. Seventh going to the 7A of Appomattox, Virginia's Corey Allman. Tyler Hoy in the 71T was eighth. Ninth going to Sean Walker in the 18 machine. And round out your top 10 was the 87 machine of Walker Arthur. And that rounded out everything for Friday night at Natural Bridge Speedway. They roll into Saturday night for the American All-Stars main event. 5,000 up for grabs for 604 American All-Star Series, along with Street Stock, Pure Stock, and Mini All-Stars. I don't think I have a Mini All-Star winner or results, but we're going to start off with the American All-Stars. After all the dust cleared from the wreck with lap traffic, the double O two of Tyler Arlington picking up the win. Tyler Bear in the 00 finishing second. Third going to Corey Allman in the 7A machine. 15 JR of Ronnie Martin Jr. was fourth. Joe Lavelle finishing fifth in the 8 machine. The 6 of David Watts was sixth. Seventh goes to the 12A of Ryan Adams. John Ruggiero Jr. in the 44 machine finishing eighth. Ryan Smith in the 4S machine finishing ninth. And round out your top 10 was Walker Arthur. There's a clip on Facebook, I think, somewhere where it was a hard fought battle between Justin Williams. I believe it was Justin Williams and Logan Roberson. And some lap traffic, dealing with some lap traffic and trying to get through there, and had a mishap on the front stretch, tore up both cars. Also, Kendall Tucker did make the field for the American All-Stars in that 00 machine out of Mount Airy. One of them double nickel race cars. He brought home 12th position. And Dalton Jacobs in that 7J machine must have had some bad luck too. Him and Preston Blaylock both finishing 23rd and 24th. Up next is the Street Stocks. In the 25 of Dylan Thompson picking up the win in Street Stocks. Second, going to 23 of Howard Hall. Third, the 22 of Ben Hamilton. Fourth, going to the 50 of Keith Herron. Lee Herron in the 5 machine was fifth. Sixth, going to the 282 of Chris Cordell. Adam Breeden in the 01 machine was seventh. Scott Cyrus finishing eighth in the 16 machine. The 33 of Michael Camden was ninth. And rounding out your top 10 was the 15 of Tafton Thomas. And then we get into the pure stock main event in the 3 machine of David Brogan picking up the win. Adam Mead in the 38 was second. Third, going to the 17 of Braddock Pruitt. The 08 of Jacob Montgomery was fourth. Fifth, going to the 2K of Donald Kazee. Sixth, going to the 200 of Parker Flint. Seventh, the 26 of Max Link. Willie Finley in the 67 was eighth. Ninth, going to the 51 of Danny Tucker. And round out your top 10 was William Wilmer in the 65 machine for the pure stocks. And my camera's not loading. Ain't that something? I hope y'all can still hear me. If y'all can still hear me, let me know, because I don't know what happened to my... camera. Okay, so you can hear me. Thank you, Heidi. My camera disappeared for some reason. I don't know why. But we're going. We're going to try to fix it. Maybe. Always something around here. Uh, well, anyway, we're getting some more results, and I'll work on that camera a little bit later. Let's get into Air Rat Bull Ring for their second race of the season. Austin, Langley, Austin, and crew putting on a good job up there. But we're going to start off with the Renegade Sportsman division. And after a spoiler malfunction on the 23 of Ronald Rhodes, the 87J of John James picking up the win. Robbie Brown finishing second in the 33 machine. Third going to the 80 of Chris Dowell. Fourth is the 51 of Brian Sipe. And that rounded out your 5-car field with Ronald Rhodes being DQ'd on a spoiler, from my understanding. Then we're going to roll into Pro 4s. And it was the 23 of Danny Henning picking up the win. The 22 machine of Shane Tuttle finishing second. Third going to the 775 of Dennis Crook. Fourth going to the 9 machine of Red Wayne Kendrick. The P23 of Tim Ingram finishing fifth. Sixth going to the 56 machine of Jacob Levitt. And rounding out your top 7 was the G9 of Greg Golden. Then we get into the U-Car division. Couldn't find a picture, but I'm showing Wes Givens in the 8 machine picking up the win. The 33G of Austin Gulliman's finishing second. Third going to the 93T of TJ Smith. The 419 of Trey Cooper finishing fourth. Fifth going to the 89 of Mickey Reed. Sixth going to the 3 machine of John Coe. Seventh going to the 38 of Kevin Litton Jr. Eighth going to the 26 of Jamie Chrisley. Ninth going to the 22T of Nate Young. And round out top 10 is the 04 of Chase Layton. Then we roll out for the 602 Modifieds. That is the TC Construction 602 Modified division at Air Rat Bull Ring. And it was Jake Barnacastle in that 2J machine picking up the win, followed by the 21A of Adam Favors. Donkey Kong, Ronnie Covey in that 50 machine finishing third. The 04 of Cole Wagner finishing fourth. The Double Deuce of Randy Poff finishing fifth. Brian Martin in 27 machine finishing sixth. The 47 of Charles Preeman was seventh. And rounding out your 8-car field was a 13 of Levi Woodcock. You know, simply one of the modifieds. If y'all would say a prayer and give your thoughts and prayers to the 22 machine of Randy Poff Daddy. Randy Poff, he lost his mother Monday earlier this week. So thoughts and prayers with Randy Poff and his family as they mourn the loss of his mother. But last but not least, for the Air Rat Bull Ring, it is the Buffalo Mountain Motorsports late model division. And picking up the win for week number 2 is a 22 machine of Nathan Walker. Second, going to the Cowboy of Mike Ayers, coming from Natural Bridge Friday to Air Rat on Saturday. Rounding out the third place and final spot on the podium, a man who hadn't seen in a race car in a long time, the Q1 machine of Wayne Quisenberry, picking up a podium finish. Fourth, going to the 46 machine of Andrew Langford with Andrew Langford mowing and landscaping. The B28 of Brad Burkhart was fifth. The Buffalo Mountain Motorsports owner Rob Farr finishing sixth in that 39 machine. Awesome Gary from Danbury in that 15 machine. The Gut Rocket finishing seventh. Doug Penny run Princeton Friday night and Arad on Saturday, finishing eighth in the 4 machine. Tanner Wilson in the 117 finishing ninth. And Jimmy Watson rounding out their top 10 in that 1W machine. And that rounds out all of your results for the Air Rat Bull Ring on their second night of action. We're going to go way down east to Fayetteville Motor Speedway. Fayetteville Motor Speedway having a slew of divisions for their Memorial Day event. I think there's like 9 or 10 divisions run at Fayetteville. For their Memorial Day weekend races, it was in memory of many and in honor of all at inside the Bull Ring at Fayetteville Motor Speedway in Fayetteville, North Carolina. But up first, we're going to get into the junior sprints. It was Liam Poston in that 88 machine picking up the win. Of course, I'm sure you'll get all these results on the Voice of Victory Lane podcast with Kip Thompson. Kip's usually watching. He always watches the show with us. Appreciate Kip. Allie Joe Culberson in the 5 machine finishing second. Noah Morgan in the 57N was third. Fourth, going to the 88R of Mason Roser. Bradley Rottenbach in the 11 machine was fifth. Sixth, going to the 11B of Bradley Garrett and Lane Gerald, rounding out the 7-car field in the junior sprints. The Legends. It was at 86 machine of Tyler Seeley picking up the win. Second, going to the 83D of Caleb Day. Joseph Sanoski in the 4 machine finishing third. Scott Neighbors in the 20 machine was fourth. Fifth, going to Austin Neighbors in that 0 machine. Jeremiah Bolin in the 25 machine was sixth. Seventh, going to Robert Ark in the 10 machine. Eighth, going to the 50G of Brian Grady. And Joe Howe in the 15H finishing ninth. And Tristan Stevenson in the 66 machine, rounding out your top 10 in your Amzell Pro Legends division. Up next was Pure Stock V8s, and it was Michael Butler in the 48 machine picking up the win. The 12F of Jason Floyd finishing second. Third went to the 31 machine of Chip Findolf. Fourth, going to the 00 of Jerry McKeel Jr. Billy Hobson in the 31H finishing fifth. Sixth, going to Calvin Forte in the 39. Anthony Morris finishing seventh in the 82 machine. Eighth, going to Hunter Hobson in the 19 machine. Ninth, going to the 47K of Justin Kidd. And rounding out the top 10 was Cameron Bosworth in the 35 machine. Then we had Street Stocks. And it was Jerry Caples Jr. in the 22C machine picking up the win out of Sumter, South Carolina. Second, going to Cameron Holloway in the 118. Hunter Denny in that 5 machine out of Roanoke Rapids finishing third. Stephen Ford in the 99 machine finishing fourth. Fifth, going to the 19K of Justin Ketchulmer. Justin Ketchulmer. Mike Maines in the 55 was sixth. Ron Pope in the 5P was seventh. Eighth, going to Mike Kersey. in the 6C machine. Tanner Garrett in 11G finishing ninth. And rounding out your top 10 was the K7 of Kyle Rowell. Then they had the I-95 limited late models. And it was Dustin Mitchell in that D8 machine picking up the win out of Pine Level, North Carolina. Finishing second, Sweet Potato Express, Michael Rouse in that 23 machine picking up second. Third going to Sean Harrell in the 3 machine. Fourth going to the Hurricane of Steve Blackburn in that 39 machine. Fifth going to Cy Nelms Jr. in the 5 machine. Willie McMillan finishing sixth in that 1 machine. Christian Thomas in the 06 was seventh. Eighth went to Michael Batten in the 32 machine. Ninth was Connor Morgan with a 95. And round out your top 10 was the 18 machine of Bradley McKeskill. And we're rolling the 602 late models. And it was Zach Blackwell picking up the win in that 17 machine. Jason Dickerson, your reigning track champion for Fayetteville Motor Speedway in that J12, finishing second. Third, going to Dustin Watkins in the 40 machine. Ronnie Long, the Hulk, in the 7H machine, finishing fourth. Fifth goes to Tyler Kuzman in the 32K machine. Sixth goes to the 1 of Morgan Johnson. Bladen Core finishing seventh in the 12 machine. And rounding out your 8-car field was the 6 of Chase Blackwell. No stranger to victory lane for the 602 modifieds at Fayetteville. It was Eric Bentley out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, picking up the win. Hunter Denny in that 5 machine, pulling double duty. Got a second and a third this weekend. Second in the modifieds. John Marshall in the 42 was third. Dalton Cox in the 07 was fourth. Nicholas Priest was fifth in the 10 machine. The 7 of Gary Jarrett, sixth. Colton Beasley, seventh. Hayden Masso in the 12 machine was eighth. Ninth goes to the 7B of David Victoria. And round out your top 10 was Russell Johnson in the 10J machine. Then they had the Carolina Outlaw Super Streets. And picking up the win was the 03 machine of Benji Thompson. Second going to Joe Taylor in that 85T machine. Third was Dustin Watkins in the 107. David Royal in the 48 machine was fourth. Fifth going to the 80 of Alonzo King. Johnny Moore in the 57 machine was sixth. Seventh going to Peyton Abbott in the 113. Eighth going to Russell Boyd in the 16 machine. The 8 of Aaron Ellis finishing ninth. And rounding out your top 10 was Brandon Marshall in the 28 machine. And last but not least, the Crown Vics was A.J. Huffman in that 92 machine. Jake Johnson finished second in the 98 machine. Third, going to the 13 of Walt Haggins. Darrell Russell in the 77 was fourth. Fifth, going to the 119 of Bill Sumner. Well, it says Bill Sumner Wingate. And then Mark Stewart rounding out the 6-car field in Crown Vics at Fayetteville Motor Speedway. And that rounded out everything from Fayetteville Motor Speedway for Saturday. And then we're going to roll into Sunday. Nope, Saturday. I'm sorry. I'm still on Saturday. I'm sorry. Saturday, I don't have any pictures for Saturdays at Whitfield. So I will go through the winners real quick that I have listed for Whitfield. 602 late models. It was Dawson Lowe. They're showing as the winner. Kevin Pagrazio picked up the with I 602 modified feature win. Randy Taylor in the 94 machine picking up the Eisenbach Super Street division. Pro Minis was the 95 of Kevin Atwell. U-Cars. Brandon Brooks in the 02 machine picking up the win. K-Car went to Eli Richardson in the 34 machine. And the Klein's Towing Crown Vics, it was Justin Tate in the T8 machine. And then we'll roll into Saturday for the Blue Ridge Outlaws. We're at Livonia Speedway, and when the dust cleared at Livonia, the '07T of Dale Timms picking up the win. The '07 of Larry Timms was second. Third, going to the 5J of Braden Jones. Kenny Compton in that 10C machine was fourth. Fifth goes to the Dark Horse of Scott Shirey in that 10 machine. Your defending series champion Brandon Dockery in that 00 machine was sixth. Seventh going to the 42 machine of Mark Green. Eighth going to Greg Clark in the 39 machine. Ninth going to Cheeseburger Brian Mullis in the 67 machine. And rounding out your top 10 was the 45 of Colt Smith. We also have the top 3 interviews for the Blue Ridge Outlaws from Livonia. And we will pop them up here on the screen and let you hear all of that. Well, I said we was. Well, it's not wanting to play. So I guess we will not get to do the interviews for that one. I don't know why it's not playing. But it's not picking up. So sorry, but don't have the interviews. So we'll finish off the weekend at the place your mama warned you about, Cherokee Speedway, Sunday afternoon. Blue Ridge Outlaws also there, as well as the Monster Mini Association. I couldn't find a picture of the Crown Vics. And I can't get the thing to move on the screen. But there it is. But the Crown, I'm going to do the Crown Vics real quick because I could not get Crown Vics to show up a picture. So Crown Vic winner was Chandler Baker in the 35 BK. TJ Slack in the 0 machine was second. Third went to Greg Carroll in the N01. Fourth went to Zach Campfield in the 34, and round out your top 5 in Crown Vics was Ashley Parker. But Renegade Sportsman winner on the screen there in the 13 machine was Blake Pryor out of Morrisboro, North Carolina, the 13 machine. Second going to the D1 of David Lucas. Christian Patterson in the 24 machine was third. Fourth going to Josh Davis in the 32D machine. Josiah Lucas in the J1 was fifth. Sixth going to William Cook in the 81 machine. Sean Robertson in the 7 machine was seventh. Eighth going to Tony Pinnell in the 96T. And Johnny Westmoreland ran out your 9-car field in the 45 machine. Up next was Street Stocks in that 24 machine. It was Rod Tucker picking up the win with Dalton Peavy driving the 18 machine, finishing second. Blake Pryor in the 78 was third. Batman Billy Thompson in the 88 was fourth. Fifth going to the 23 of Ronald Rhodes. Brandon Satterfield in the B4 finishing sixth. Brian Carswell in the 13 machine finishing seventh. Eighth going to Dustin Taylor in the 5 machine. Cameron Holloway in the 118 finishing ninth. And Johnny Westmoreland ran out your top 10 in the 0 machine. Pure Stock V8s. It was a 45 machine of Taylor Johnson picking up the win. Ricky Boggin in the 83 was second. Third going to Justin Webster in the 28 machine. Fourth going to Rhonda Hall in the 97 machine. Nathan Griggs in the 18 was fifth. Sixth was Chloe Williams in the 13 machine. And ran at 7. Car field was Justin Wyatt in the 12 machine. Extreme Fours, you cars. It was the four of Willie Fowler, and he got protested and went home in a box, but he was found legal and picked up the win. Scott Collinger in the 3C machine was second. Chris Meadows in the 34M machine finishing third. Gavin Bright in the 58B was fourth. Fifth going to Dale Bennett in the 58 machine. Sixth going to Dylan Douglas in the 6 machine. Gage McFadden in the 41 was seventh. Eighth goes to the 115 of Keelan Tate. Tristan Woody in the 113 finishing ninth. And rounding out your top 10 was Hot Wheels of Anthony Harris. MMSA Stock 4 Division or mini stocks. It was a 9M of Travis Mosley picking up the win. Matt Gilbert in the 117 was second. Third went to Austin Brown in the 04 machine. Cody Keith in the 51 was fourth. Logan Ritchie finishing fifth in the 10 machine. Sixth going to the M6 of Jamie Massey. Jacob Kinder in the 121 was seventh. Junior Warren in the 121W was eighth. Ninth went to TJ Teal in the T58 machine, and rounding out your top 10 was a 7 of Patrick Annas. Thunder Bomber main event at Cherokee. It was a 21 machine of Nate Jackson picking up the win. Second, going to the 04 of Austin Brown. Cruz Madison in the 05 machine was third. Bryson Sweet in the S1 was fourth. Fifth, going to Luke Doggett in the 88 machine. Tyler Smith in the S4 finishing sixth. Seventh, going to the 45 of Jamie Decker. Tyler Riddle in the 8 finished eighth in the 96X. Ninth goes to the D15 of David Thrasher. And Stetson Todd running out your top 10 in your Thunder Bomber main event at Cherokee Motor Speedway. Last but not least was the Blue Ridge Outlaws. And it was the 57 machine of Austin Yarborough out of Denver, North Carolina, picking up the win. Second going to Jacob Brown in the 24 machine. Brandon Dockery finishing third in the 00 machine. Dale Timms, the 07, finishing fourth. Fifth going to Kenny Compton in the 10C machine. Cheeseburger Brian Mullis in the 67 was sixth. Jesse Rocket in the 537 machine was seventh. Eighth going to Aaron Weed in the B18 machine. The Dark Horse of Scott Showery finishing ninth in the 10 machine, and rounding out your top 10 was Baron McDowell in the 14M machine. And that will conclude all the results from this past weekend. I'm glad I got through all of them. I do not know why the interviews aren't working, but they will not work. But that might be my fault. But we're going to take a pause for the calls and thank our sponsors real quick before we get into upcoming events. On the Backstretch is presented to you by these great sponsors. Gann's Race Cars and Parts. Go check out Philip and Cambridge Gann for all your race car parts and fabrication needs, located on K School Road in Medan, North Carolina. Go check out Gann's Race Cars and Parts. NRS Race Scoring for all your transponder and scoring needs, the official score of the Mid-East Racing Association. Go check them out on Facebook at NRS Race Scoring. Too Fast for You Embroidery. That is Tanja Gann, in-house at Gann's Race Cars and Parts. Need them hats done, shirts, sweatshirts, monograms. Go check out Tanja Gann at Too Fast for You Embroidery. She'll take care of all your embroidery needs. Located on K School Road in Gann's Race Cars and Parts. Vinyl adds horsepower at Randy's Custom Lettering, located in Wannaco, North Carolina. Go check out Randy and Chris for all your vinyl signage and decal needs. You can check them out on Facebook at Randy's Custom Lettering or give them a call at 336-591-9301. Special thanks to Travis Covey with TC Construction. The driver of the Goliath chassis, TC Construction, Penske Racing Shocks, number 05 machine. along with the teammate and sponsor of the Gans Race Cars and Parts, Airport Drive-In, TC Construction, Penske Racing Shocks, number 45, the Maverick Cambridge Gan. The dynamic duo make up the Maverick Goose team that will bring back the love and feeling in 2025. So go check them out at a racetrack near you running the 602 Modified Division. The T-shirt guru of Travis Lawson with Stokes Apparel. If your race team, ball team, business is looking for apparel, go check out Travis Lawson at Stokes Apparel. You can find him on Facebook at Stokes Apparel or online at www.stokesapparel.com. Special thanks to Jason and Brittany Walls with the Mid-East Racing Association, your home for your True Lion Federal Credit Union Mid-East Street Stocks, the Sheets Mid-East Modified Tour, your Rick Hendrick City Chevrolet Mid-East 602 late models, and in its debut season, the Pro Fabrication Headers and Exhaust Mid-East 525 late models. For all your rules and schedules, go check out racemideast.com. Need trash hauled? Call Capital Waste. Their team is ready to help you determine the right product for your needs, offering roll-off dumpster rentals and also portable toilet rentals in two convenient locations, one at 1668 Park Drive in Mount Airy, North Carolina, the other at 730 Oak Ridge Farms Highway in Mooresville, North Carolina. Give them a call today at 336-568-8009 or check them out at capitalwastetrash.com. And thanks to all our great sponsors for staying on board. Like I said, a lot of racing action this past weekend. We got some racing action coming up again this weekend. I do know that Princeton Motor Speedway is going to be off this weekend for high school graduations in the area. So Princeton Speedway not going to be racing this coming Friday night. So keep that in mind if you plan on going up to West Virginia. They are going to be closed for high school graduations. But Carolina Speedway will be back in action on Friday night at the Carolina Action Track with Bumperjack Craig on the call, on the microphone. He's been doing interviews with drivers before the races and going to do some surprise ones during the week and post them on Between the Walls with Bumperjack. But May 30th, they're going to have 602 open wheel modified, street stock, Renegade, Sportsman, Thunder Bomber, Pro 4s, Hornets, and Crown Vics. And of course, Saturday night, County Line Raceway in Elm City, North Carolina. I'm going to host the Steel Block Bandit versus the Mid-East 525 late models co-sanctioned event, along with regular divisions at County Line on Saturday, May 31st. Natural Bridge Speedway weekly racing late model 602 late model street stocks rookies and Virginia Sprint Series on hand for Saturday the 31st. Cherokee Speedway, the place your mama warned you about, Saturday, May 31st. Got 602 crate late models, Renegade Sportsmen, Thunder Bombers, Pro 4s, Extreme 4s, and Crown Vics. And I did see Big Al earlier said where are all the 602 late models going to be racing, going to be at for weekly racing. So I know Cherokee Speedway is running 602 late models, and so is Natural Bridge, I do believe. Yes, Natural Bridge is running 602 late models. Of course, with Raceway, we'll be back in action with the Blue Ridge Outlaws and the Southern Wedge Late Model Association. Both on hand, of course, along with their regular divisions. I did talk to Perry today. They've had a rough time with rainouts, but they're planning on pushing through, trying to get some races in this season. So if you go anywhere near with, they're going to have the Blue Ridge Outlaws and the Southern Wedge Late Model Association in the house Saturday night. And of course, Harris going to be racing as well. front wheel drives, Crown Vic Young Guns, Street Stocks, Crown Vic Pure Stock, and Thunder Bombers. If you've never been down to Harris Speedway, go check out Mitchell Coggins and crew. They do a fine job down there. Went a few weeks ago when they had the big rig racing to help them out a little bit. A lot of good action in all the divisions. And of course, the Ararat Bull Ring will be off this week, but the following week, Saturday, June the 7th, they will have Fan Appreciation Night with the Buffalo Mountain Motorsports late models, the TC Construction Modifieds, the Pro 4s, Stock 4s, and Crown Vics. If you have not made it to the Bull Ring this year, you have missed out on 2 great nights of racing action. So go check out and support your local racetracks. It'll be much appreciated to keep all these racetracks going. Hopefully everything went a little smoother tonight. Everybody could hear me good. The picture showed up like they're supposed to. Sorry I did not have the Blue Ridge Outlaw interviews from Livonia or Cherokee. I did put them together, but apparently they didn't upload to the server for the show. But I'm glad I got a few people to come here and watch. We got through the results. Apparently it is an internet problem because everything's run pretty smooth except for a couple hiccups. I appreciate everybody watching the show. Like I said, hopefully everybody keep tuning in. We'll get a little better. Hopefully we can get some interviews with some guys. Maybe get some people on the show. If not live with us in wherever we do the show, we can do it via video. If you're interested in being on the show and having a talk and promoting your sponsors and your racing, let people know who you are. Reach out to us. I mean, we'll be glad to have you on the show. Like I said, we can also do video in. You can sit in front of your camera at home and talk to us, and everybody can hear you. If you can't make it to the show, of course, comments been a little slack, but ain't been a whole lot of people in here. Hopefully, people will watch it after the fact. I know people have church on Wednesdays, but this was my only shot at trying to make sure it worked and what our problems may be. So I wanted to get it out there for our sponsors and our local racetracks, so they get the word out there that these places are racing. They're putting on shows. But I hope everybody has a great racing weekend. Like I said, I will be going to Elm City to County Line Speedway for the Mid-East 525 and Steel Block Bandit co-sanctioned event. Let me look real quick. It's too much to look at. Well, sometimes it don't want to work. There we go. Well, maybe not. There we go. I was looking to see what else County Line had coming up. County Line has got the Mid-East 525 Steel Block Bandits 3000 to win. Super Stock 4 cylinders. Thunder V8s Pure Stock 4 cylinders. And, of course, the SCDRA Sport Compacts. And car rides for the kids. No juice box this week. But it is kids' night at County Line's Raceway. Pit gates open at 4, grandstands at 5, hot laps around 6:45. So go check them out at County Line if you're going to be down to Elm City way. And of course, Whitfield having the Blue Ridge Outlaws and Southern Wedge Late Model Association. Cherokee running 602 late models, along with Natural Bridge running 602 late models. So if you're running 602 late models, that's your choices. Fayetteville, I think, is off this week. I did not see anything scheduled for them. So that's probably about all I've got for tonight. I appreciate everybody watching at home. Like I said, thank all our great sponsors. Like I said, if like always, if you're not at a dirt track, it's your own asphalt. On the Backstretch is presented to you by these great sponsors. Gann's Race Cars and Parts. Go check out Philip and Cambridge Gann for all your race car parts and fabrication needs, located on K School Road in Medan, North Carolina. Go check out Gann's Race Cars and Parts. NRS Race Scoring for all your transponder and scoring needs, the official score of the Mid-East Racing Association. Go check them out on Facebook at NRS Race Scoring. Too Fast for You Embroidery. That is Tanja Gann, in-house at Gann's Race Cars and Parts. Need them hats done, shirts, sweatshirts, monograms. Go check out Tanja Gann at Too Fast for You Embroidery. She'll take care of all your embroidery needs. Located on K School Road in Gann's Race Cars and Parts. Vinyl adds horsepower at Randy's Custom Lettering, located in Walnut Cove, North Carolina. Go check out Randy and Chris for all your vinyl signage and decal needs. You can check them out on Facebook at Randy's Custom Lettering or give them a call at 336 591 9301. Special thanks to Travis Cubby with TC Construction, the driver of the Goliath chassis, TC Construction, Penske Racing Shocks, number 05 machine, along with the teammate and sponsor of the Gann's Race Cars and Parts, Airport Drive-In, TC Construction, Penske Racing Shocks, number 45, the Maverick Cambridge Gann. The dynamic duo make up the Maverick Goose team that will bring back the love and feeling in 2025. So go check them out at a racetrack near you running the 602, a modified division. The T-shirt guru of Travis Lawson with Stokes Apparel. If your race team, ball team, business is looking for apparel, go check out Travis Lawson at Stokes Apparel. You can find him on Facebook at Stokes Apparel or online at www.stokesapparel.com. Special thanks to Jason and Brittany Walls with the Mid-East Racing Association, your home for your True Light Federal Credit Union Mid-East Street Stocks. The Sheets Mid-East Modified Tour, your Rick Hendrick City Chevrolet Mid-East 602 late models, and in its debut season, the Pro Fabrication Headers and Exhaust Mid-East 525 late models. For all your rules and schedules, go check out racemideast.com. Need trash hauled? Call Capital Waste. Their team is ready to help you determine the right product for your needs, offering roll-off dumpster rentals and also portable toilet rentals in two convenient locations, one at 1668 Park Drive in Mount Airy, North Carolina, the other at 730 Oak Ridge Farms Highway in Mooresville, North Carolina. Give them a call today at 336-568-8009 or check them out at capitalwastetrash.com.